Who would have thought that in the first month of the college football season, one of the best games would be Georgia and Mississippi State? Well, it is a great matchup, at least on paper. The SEC does not need this game to disappoint, as so far that's exactly what this conference has been, a disappointment. The East once again looks ordinary, and with LSU and Auburn not looking great, the West looks like it's all Alabama once again. But here's a game in Athens this Saturday night that has a chance to shock the world. It's not Tennessee or Auburn coming into Sanford Stadium for a big game. It's Mississippi State, the other Bulldogs. So far, Georgia's defense has been outstanding, and now it gets to face the best quarterback in the SEC in Nick Fitzgerald, who is from Richmond Hill, right outside of Savannah. No one wanted Fitzgerald except for Mississippi State, and it's turning into one of the best recruiting stories in a long time. This kid is a great football player, a true dual-threat quarterback who could give Georgia fits this Saturday. But look, if this Georgia defense is the real deal, we need to see if they can stop a player like Fitzgerald. They stopped Notre Dame cold 2 weeks ago, and we expected the skill players for them to do more damage. They did absolutely nothing. Georgia stopped them cold. Notre Dame has averaged around 450 rushing yards in the other games it's had, but against Georgia, the Fighting Irish had just 55 yards on the ground. So now, Macon County's Roquan Smith and Lorenzo Carter will have an even better test against Fitzgerald. This Georgia defense has 2 straight challenges against Mississippi State and then next Saturday against Tennessee. If in 2 weeks I'm sitting here talking about how Georgia stopped those 2 teams, we may have a different conversation on our hands. Remember, defense wins championships. We are just not used to Georgia being in this position. We're used to Georgia simply able to outscore their opponent. This Georgia team seems to be all about stopping their opponent. Of course, the Georgia offense will also have a challenge against a very solid Mississippi State defense. Todd Grantham, who was Georgia's defensive coordinator a few years ago, now coaches in Starkville. He will likely be licking his chops for his big guys up front to go up against Jake Fromm. If Fromm was composed in South Bend, he should be fine this Saturday in Athens. But we do need to see offensive coordinator Jim Chaney let loose a little bit with Jake Fromm. Let's see Fromm run. Let's see him target his tight ends. And let's see Jake continue to simply be solid. If the Georgia defense remains great, they don't need Fromm to be the star. They just need him to not make any mistakes and have a little fun out there. Fromm still has Nick Chubb and Sonny Michel, and Michel should be back this week, hopefully. And many wonder if DeAndre Swift is better than both Chubb and Michel already. This should be a tremendous game. Sometimes games that look good on paper turn out to be a dud, but this one should be great. Let's see if Roquan Smith and Lorenzo Carter can stop Fitzgerald. Let's see the Georgia defense tested once again. And let's see Jake Fromm on the big stage once again. And let's see a really good game in the SEC on Saturday night.